sprawling here at Lumen Field, just south of downtown Seattle. Tonight, a good one in the NFC. It's the Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and that's Cairo Santos to get us started. Off we go in the rain here in Seattle. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
A big play right out of the gate on the first play. It's a gain of 43 yards.
You talk about a big-time run right out of the gate. I mean, there was nothing special here play call-wise. He just found a crease, hit it, and he was off.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he will score! Elijah Arroyo. Touchdown, Seattle. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 29, here's second down and 4. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing second and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss, and it brings up fourth down.
On fourth down, here's Torrey Taylor to punt for Chicago. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. Oh, but he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Seahawks offense ready to see the football for the second time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. A throw on the move is caught, and he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll run it out of the gun with Charbonnet. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Bears offense ready for their 2nd possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll take this past the 30, a gain of 6, mark it at the 31.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll put Loveland in motion. Now Williams going to keep it himself. It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, Chicago.
A gain of 10 yards.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Still 1st down.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. This one taken in by Odunze.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
from the 46. Here's 2nd and 5. Now this looks like a design run.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
Here's 1st and 10. Williams going to keep it on the zone read. And he won't try to risk much more, sliding down a gain of 3.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
A run here with Swift. And he's going to pick it up, take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
So we are through one on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Bears in possession here to start the second quarter. They've got a 2nd and 8 coming up. To throw is Williams. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Williams. He'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. And he'll be out of bounds, down at the 20. Screen works to perfection. Give him 18 yards and move the chains. First down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, we're able to get you down for a loss.
And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And this one blown up. Good surge. Drop him. A loss on the play. Back to the 9-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits, what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
They'll put Loveland in motion. On 2nd down, it's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And they'll get about 4 out of this one. Run after the catch. Hard to come by down here. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
He'll try and throw. Here's Williams. And he'll throw this one away. Incomplete. Receivers blanking it everywhere he looked. Gonna bring up a 4th down.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
Santos's kick is good. And the Bears are on the board. It's 7-3.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit, he does a great job here able to put that one through.
Cairo Santos following the made field goal. Back out to kick this one away. Torrey Horton now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Starting this drive on the ground, here comes Charbonnet. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now, Darnold. Quick one to Smith and Jigba. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
And after being shut down in the opening quarter, he makes his first catch here with that one, and they're going to need to continue to build off this if they plan on leaving here today with a win.
They'll try and run for this with Charbonnet.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Here's Michael Dixon now as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. Look it up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick 1st down.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
On the give, here's Swift. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half. We're back to Seattle after this. On the give, it is Monunga. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Williams. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Here's Tory Taylor now, as he's on to punt for the second time. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and a short pickup to about the 30.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
2nd down, they need 7. It's a toss to the left, and it's Charbonnet. Threw him up the sideline at the 45, and he's going to be taken down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
The 47-yard line.
First and 10. Here's a give, running left, it's Charbonnet. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he will score! Zach Charbonnet! Touchdown, Seahawks! Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks extend their advantage to 14-3. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Khalif Raymond to return it. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bears offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That's caught left side by Odunze. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
On the give, it's Swift. He'll have a first down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Another run here, another run by Swift. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. The Bears go ahead, take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Flush to his right, and good work here defensively. They force him out after a gain of just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Just getting anything out of that one, I think, is a positive. It looked like he might have to throw it away early. Instead, he pulls it down. He winds up picking up a yard.
3rd down and 9. To throw, it's Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. Oh, they had a shot there and hit the 5, but it continues into the end zone and will come back out to the 20. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee. Take this on into the locker room. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Now Williams. That's to the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Now Swift. He's going to have a Bears 1st down as the tackle is made right at the 36.
That's good.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
In motion, it's Odunze. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Game, offense. Still 1st down.
Williams. That's 7. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's his second catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They'll put Loveland in motion. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Offense. Still 2nd down.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Throwing is Williams. He'll get this out to Swift. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll put Loveland in motion. They're going for it. Here's Williams. He's got his tight end. It's Loveland. And he'll indeed pick up a Bears 1st down. Gonna have it by plenty. Huge gainer on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Here's a run with their tight end. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 8-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
Ray Swift, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked, and they will turn it over on down.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
The Seahawks offense and running back Zach Charbonnet set to go again. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
Here's a run inside, and it's Charbonnet. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Shaheed in motion. 3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The Bears offense ready to take over possession of the football. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Swift. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Monday Night Primetime continues after this. It is 3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. This pass complete to Raymond. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
To return, it's Shaheed. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. On play action, here's Darnold taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
So, Mike, you find yourself in some of these inclement weather games, whether it's rain or snow, really the challenge falls on the defensive side. They're usually more in a reactionary position where they got to change directions and they got to react to the plays and the movement of the offense. So what you want to do in these bad games is keep the ball underneath, tackle well in space, and say, okay, offense, snap that slippery ball one more time, throw it one more time. Just make...
Now, Ben Johnson, he's talked it over, decided to throw the red challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there unsuccessful, and it will remain a completed pass. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A give to Charbonnet. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just a simple hitch route, certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
On the handoff, it's Charbonnet. And he'll get about 6 there. Setting up 2nd down.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
From the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll give it to Charbonnet. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. Off-balance throw. It's complete. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
To throw on 1st down is Darnold. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. And a 1st down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Darnold to throw again. A throw out wide. That is dropped. That could be a live football. Looks like the Bears got there, and they did. Chicago ball.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Now, Caleb Williams and the Bears trailing 14-3. A little under 2.5 to go. Can they take advantage of the late carelessness? We'll see as they begin with first down. That's complete. It's Odunze. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 30-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. No louder place than here in Seattle before third down. Here's Swift. And he'll get this to the 35. That's good enough for the first down.
I like that call on third down, keeping the ball on the ground. You see so often these defenses, Mike, on third down, they bring out more defensive backs. They bring out some smaller bodies. They're anticipating third down pass. There's a lot of opportunities to take advantage of it with third down run.
They'll drop to throw. This one taken in by Odunze. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
First down. A gain of 22 yards.
2 timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's first and 10. That's out left and complete to Burton. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago, as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game.
First down.
Here is first and 10. A run with Swift. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Throwing on second down, Williams. He'll let this go towards the end zone. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Third and short yardage, and here's Williams. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
They need a late recovery to have any chance. Here comes the onside kick. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not, but things are pretty much spoken for. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So the 12th man, a factor here as it's a win for the Seahawks. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. going to come away from here with a well-earned victory.